Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, November 13th through Sunday, November 19th, 2017. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Ascended Masters Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. So let's start by taking a look at your special stones of choice for the week. So your first stone of choice is a raw garnet. So raw garnet is very, very deep red in color. This one is so deep red it almost looks brown or black, but it is in fact a very deep red to connect with that root chakra area. And this week, as far as the stones, my angels and guides, spirit, told me to just relate these for you to the chakras so that you could choose it that way. So this one, of course, is going to relate to the base chakra, the root chakra with that deep red color. And the root chakra is all about security issues, financial security issues, even emotional security issues, just feeling grounded and feeling protected. The second stone of choice is actually amber. And amber is a golden yellow color. Sometimes it's orange. This one actually has a lot of orange color in it as well as the golden yellow. And that's going to relate to both the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra. So our sacral chakra, that orange color, is going to be based on matters that deal with creative self-expression and sexuality. And the solar plexus chakra is our center of personal power, and it's where we're dealing with issues of confidence, self-confidence, feeling self-assured, owning our power, and feeling a sense of will or a willfulness to move forward in life. And then, not that we're skipping the heart chakra, but I don't have a green stone. We're going instead to the iolite. And the iolite is kind of a bluish purple stone. It's got the hues of both blue and purple. So we're going to relate this to the throat chakra, the ear chakras, the third eye, and the crown. It's kind of all those upper chakras past the heart chakra. So this is about speaking our truth with love and compassion. This is about hearing messages, clairaudience from spirit. This is about clairvoyance and receiving psychic and intuitive insight. And also the crown chakra, which relates to higher guidance and wisdom and claircognizance. So this really kind of takes into account most of the psychic extrasensory abilities. So again, your stones of choice, and you don't have to base it just on the chakra energies that I talked about, but you can base it on what appeals to you as well, obviously. So we have the raw garnet, we have the amber, and we have the iolite. So let's talk a little bit about the astrology for the week. There's actually quite a bit of things going on, and it's going to be interesting this week. That's all I can say. I feel like I'm not quite sure how it's all going to unfold as far as, we'll talk about each day, obviously, individually, but it's interesting because we do have a new moon in Scorpio later in the week. But let's start with Monday the 13th. On Monday the 13th, we have Venus, which is in the sign of Scorpio now, and it's connecting with Jupiter, also in the sign of Scorpio. Now, Venus rules relationships and love, but Venus also rules money and finances. And I have a feeling with some of the energies this week that we're dealing a lot with financial energies as well as empowerment energies, because Scorpio is a sign, and that's being heavily influenced this week, but Scorpio is a sign that deals with other people's money, other people's resources. It deals with empowerment. It deals with the shadow side of things. It deals with the deep subconscious patterns that we carry with us. But with Venus connecting with Jupiter on Monday, Jupiter has this effect of expanding things, making things bigger, making things seem larger than they sometimes are. Jupiter also rules our belief system. So the fact that Jupiter's in Scorpio alone is about looking at our belief systems regarding our sense of power, looking at our belief systems regarding also money and finances and resources that we might utilize from other people. Now, Venus, again, being a planet that also connects with money in some way, as well as the relationship piece, Jupiter's going to expand all of that. So Jupiter's going to expand these ideas that we have about our sense of power. It's going to expand our finances. Now, that could be either incoming or outgoing. So we could have a sudden windfall of some money coming in somehow, like maybe a promotion, or we get a gift from outside of ourselves. But we can also perhaps be spending money. We might have an unexpected expense or something that comes that we have to put money towards something. And actually, we might be thinking about putting money towards like our business or business venture or a creative venture. And I can see that this may also be the time to do that with Jupiter and Venus coming together. But this is also going to be about our sense of power. Venus rules the divine feminine, so we're talking about feminine power. And of course, both men and women have the feminine side within them, which just means this loving, nurturing, creative, receptive side. But again, there's power in that divine feminine. And I feel like Jupiter connecting with Venus on that day is going to expand, again, this concept of power and have us look at our belief systems regarding power, owning our power, and utilizing our power. Now, also on the same day, Monday, Mercury, which is now in the sign of Sagittarius, is challenging Neptune in Pisces. Now, Neptune is this planet that's sometimes elusive, sometimes confusing. It's also a very spiritual planet. So one, with Mercury, the planet of the mind, in the inspirational sign of Sagittarius, as it's connecting to Neptune, even though it's a challenging influence, I feel like we're going to be much more creative. This is about like having perceptions and insights and psychic intuitions and flashes of like psychic sight or knowingness about something. It's like all of a sudden a creative idea might pop into your head, and you should listen to that. However, because this is a challenging influence, you might want to use a little bit of discernment as far as maybe the timing of the creative idea, or whatever the thought that pops into your mind. Is its origin obviously of the light, or is it coming from a fearful perspective? So pay attention to that. This can also be about miscommunication, because Mercury, again, is that planet of communication, thoughts, ideas. And Neptune has that confusing, elusive kind of influence to it. So with a challenging aspect like this, there might be misunderstandings in communication. So make sure that you're speaking clearly, that you're getting your point across clearly. Make sure that you're reiterating what other people are saying or what you think they're saying, to make sure that everything's clear on all sides. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, the 14th and the 15th, the moon is in Libra, and it's going to be connecting to a few planets. And as many of you know, I don't always talk about the moon moving through the signs, because obviously it moves through signs each and every day, and it moves so fast. I usually save those kinds of insights for the Facebook posts that I do. But I felt like Tuesday and Wednesday, something important is happening here with the moon in Libra, the relationship sign, the sign of balance and harmony. It connects with Mars in Libra, and Mars is the warrior energy, the warrior planet, or moving forward. It's like forward momentum or energy towards something. And right now, it's in this realm of Libra. So we're talking about, again, relationships, partnerships. We're talking about balance and harmony. We're talking about equality and compromise and equal give and take between you and other people. So after it connects to Mars on Tuesday, it moves into Wednesday and challenges Pluto and then opposes Uranus. So there's something quite transformational going on here. Transformational, perhaps in the realm of, again, relationship matters, since the moon is in Libra and Mars is in Libra. And later in the week on Sunday, which we'll get to shortly, Mars is actually going to be in a challenging connection to Pluto. So this Mars-Pluto connection is building from the beginning of the week through the end of the week. And because the moon is setting off that Mars-Pluto connection, I felt like Tuesday and Wednesday there's something important happening, so pay attention. On Thursday, the 16th, Venus, so here we are with Venus again, but now it's connecting with Neptune. Now, this is usually a very pleasant connection. It's Venus trining Neptune. And this can be about falling in love. This can be about also, though, wearing rose-colored glasses within a relationship, because Neptune kind of has that effect of the fantasy, the illusion of it all. You know, again, seeing things from its much higher spiritual perspective, which is not all bad, but sometimes it means we have to come back to earth and see the reality of it afterwards too. But this is a positive connection. So I feel like we feel really passionate because Venus is in Scorpio. It's connecting with Neptune, so we might, again, feel like we're falling in love, or we want to express that love in some way, whether through verbal words or through actions. Venus, because it also rules money and finances, again, with a trine to Neptune, this could be a positive influence or an influence where our finances are being usurped in some way, because, again, Neptune has that kind of dematerializing effect, because Neptune is the planet of the spiritual realm and not the earthly realm. Sometimes it has that influence of dissipating something. So even though it's a positive aspect, again, watch what's happening with your money and finances, watch what's happening with relationships. That seems to be a theme throughout the week here. And then on Saturday is when we have our new moon at 26 degrees of Scorpio. Now, it's not really making any other aspects per se to other planets, but if you think back to that new moon solar eclipse in Leo that we had at the end of August, remember that? It was like a full eclipse and everybody was traveling all over the United States to view the eclipse. Well, that eclipse, that new moon solar eclipse that we had in August, was at 28 degrees of Leo. This new moon on Saturday is at 26 degrees of Scorpio, a sign that squares Leo. So that means it's within 2.5 degrees of that new moon solar eclipse that we had. So it's activating something here. The solar eclipse was a new moon about new beginnings. This is a new moon in Scorpio about new beginnings. And again, it's activating that full eclipse that we had. So there's something new that's transpiring, beginning, starting, or being initiated. And again, Scorpio has to do with our power. So whatever it is, make sure that you're feeling empowered and not disempowered by circumstances or people or situations. So step into your power and create a new beginning for yourself. And then on Sunday the 19th is when we have Mars squaring Pluto, which I said was being set off by the moon in Libra on Tuesday and Wednesday. Mars is a planet that deals with action and energy, and Mars is considered the warrior planet, okay? And that's not at all bad. That just means we're feeling gung-ho, we're feeling confident, we're feeling courageous, we want to go forward fearlessly, and that's all good. But Mars is going to be challenging Pluto, and Pluto is about power and control, death and rebirth, transformation, change, regeneration, transmuting lower vibrational energies. So because this is a challenging influence between Mars and Pluto, and by the way, Pluto rules Scorpio, which is where we just had the new moon yesterday, Saturday the 18th, and Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio as well. So, back before we actually discovered Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Mars actually ruled both Aries and Scorpio. So here we have two planets that are Scorpio ruled, and they're kind of clashing or challenging one another. So this is about huge transformation and change. This is about something that's really being redirected on our path. And again, Mars is in Libra right now. So I feel like relationships are being transformed. Now, this is not necessarily a negative thing, even though this is a challenging aspect. This could just be something sudden occurring that's redirecting our relationships in some way, or redirecting our path. Again, it doesn't have to be about relationships. This can be about our destiny path, our life path, being transformed in some way. Now, the transformation may come about suddenly or unexpectedly in a way, or in a way that might throw us into a little bit of anxiety for a short time, because it's the challenging aspect. So I feel like it's just something that's coming in quick and coming in sudden. And again, I feel like we're needing to empower ourselves in some way, shape, or form. And maybe it's not empowering ourselves in a relationship or in a situation. Maybe it's about empowering ourselves within ourselves, how we feel about ourselves, how we believe about ourselves. Do we believe in our path? You know, do we believe in our sense of ability to accomplish our path or move to the next step? This is what this Mars squaring Pluto might be about. Okay, so that was about the transits. Let's take a look at what our angels and guides have to tell us through the tarot deck here. So we start out with the King of Ariel. And the suit of Ariel in this deck is the suit of earth or coins or discs. So here we have the King of Discs or the King of Pentacles. In this deck it says successful, stable, accomplished, and powerful. If you think about a king is the ruler, and you put it in the earthly realm or the suit of Pentacles. And so this is about being empowered or being a powerful leader or taking charge of your life or taking charge of something within your life. That's what the King of Ariel suit is going to be about. The message at the bottom says, your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success. Use your resources wisely. Remember how we talked about the beginning of the week with Venus connecting with Jupiter in the sign of Scorpio, that there could be a sudden increase in finances, but maybe a sudden outgoing of finances? The sudden outgoing, if it's that way, of finances, doesn't mean it's a negative. Maybe, again, you're putting your money towards something that's going to reap some sort of benefits later. And the King of Ariel, again, is like the business leader, the entrepreneur, the one that takes charge of their life path and destiny path to make things happen. And again, this speaks of resources in some way. So I feel like you're getting a handle on something. Again, you could receive some unexpected gift or inheritance or money's coming in. But again, there could be something that you're putting it out towards that is going to reap some sort of financial benefit later. Let's take a look at the second card for the week. The second card, okay, now we have the 8 of Raphael. Now 8 is a power number. 8 deals with empowerment, okay? And the suit of Raphael is the suit of cups. The message at the bottom says, there is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. A spiritual quest. So this 8 of Cups or the 8 of Raphael, it often means that we're feeling disempowered by a situation or circumstance, that we're looking for something more connected for us. We're looking for something deeper. We're looking for something better for ourselves and our lives. And this means to stop disempowering yourself, or to, you know, step out of that box where you feel sequestered or limited or restricted in some way. You know, move into your power, basically. Move into your emotional power. That's what this card is about with Raphael, is the emotional piece to it. Move into your emotional power and free yourself. You know, find that something better. Move towards that something better, whether it be a relationship, a new job or career. Maybe you want to move locations from where you're living. Whatever it might be, this is about empowering yourself to move towards that. And since we're starting out with the King of Ariel, I feel like we might be on a good path towards that. Let's look at the third card. Actually, we do have a fourth card back here, which I'll mention in a minute. And you probably can hear my cat meowing in the background, so I apologize for that. But she just woke up from her little nap, and apparently she wants some attention. But I'm going to keep going here. The 7 of Ariel is our third card. Now we're back to the suit of discs, pentacles, or earth. And the 7 of Ariel says, you have invested wisely. Well, that's good to know. So if we did put out money toward in the beginning of the week, our angels and guides are saying that we invested that money wisely. So that's good. So it says again, you have invested wisely, have patience, and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. So when I think of the 7 of Earth or the 7 of Ariel, again, that does indicate having faith and trust in what's happening or what's being cultivated, what's growing in the ground underneath, so to speak. It's like you've planted some seeds and now you have to have patience while they're growing, while they're germinating. So again, starting out in the beginning of the week, whatever you're investing your time or your money or your resources in, have some patience. Know that you've done it wisely, just like this card says. You're empowering yourself by investing your time, money, or resources. So know that you should empower yourself and know that something good is happening here. It just might take a little bit for you to see the results of what it is. Now I did pull a fourth card, excuse me, and that's because we have a new moon in Scorpio, and because it's squaring that eclipse degree from August, I felt like I wanted to pull a card on that new moon in Scorpio influence, just to kind of wrap up the week and see what it might be all about and how it all ties together. So let's see what that is. Okay, great. We have a major arcana number 11 with a strength card. And this is with Archangel Ariel. And Archangel Ariel is the archangel. She's the lioness, okay? She's the lioness energy, which is why she's pictured here with a lion. And when you think of a lion, you think of courage, confidence, and strength, which is what this card is all about. We have a beautiful like sun rising and filtering through the clouds in the background, which to me, the imagery suggests that maybe there's been some challenges. Maybe there's been things that are unclear. So there's like a lack of clarity because the clouds are keeping you from seeing like what's ahead or what's going to be happening or unfolding. But the sun is shining through, so that means we're headed in the right direction. The message at the bottom actually says strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. And let's not forget that major arcana 11 here. The 11 in numerology is a master number. The 11 being made up of 2 ones is about independence, leadership, take charge, new beginnings, strength, new opportunities, standing on your own 2 feet, making things happen for yourself. While the influence of the 11 reduced down to the 2 means that you're working with other people well, you're using diplomacy, you're compromising, you're listening to what other people have to say, but you're still in your truth, you're still in your strength, you're still confident in what you need to do for yourself and for your life and for your path. So this is a nice influence, again, for that new moon in Scorpio. Let's take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So again, we have the Ascended Masters here. Let's take a deep breath. Take a deep breath with me. Okay, and then we're going to ask for whatever message of guidance from the Ascended Masters needs to come through for any particular stone that you might have chosen. Okay, and this one actually is calling my attention. So for Garnet people, find the blessings in your current situation with Krishna. So that's a pretty straightforward message. I like that. Find the blessings in your current situation. Again, maybe you're putting time, energy, money into something and you're not seeing, you know, the harvest yet. You're not seeing the comeback yet. This is saying, again, you know, besides what the 7 of Ariel says with having a little bit of patience, find the blessings in your current situation. What's going well now? What are you thankful for right in this moment? Are you thankful for, you know, it could be something simple. Thankful for, like, I'm thankful for my pet, my cat. I'm thankful for the roof over my head. I'm thankful for the food that I'm able to buy. I'm thankful that I have a computer to utilize my business. You know, simple things even. If you can't think of bigger things, look at the simple things and find the blessings in the current situation. Having thankfulness and gratitude for the people that might be helping you in some way or supporting you, whether they be supporting you emotionally or otherwise. So there's many things to find blessings in, and the more you look at what you are feeling grateful and thankful for right now, the more we look for the blessings in the here and the now, the more blessings will come to us. Because we're grateful and thankful for what we have, the universe will supply more and more things to be grateful and thankful for. All right, let's take a look at your special message for the Amber people. Okay, so Amber people, this one's calling my attention. Power of Joy with Maitreya. Love, love, love this card. The sunniness of the card, the big rainbow. It makes me think of the pot at the end of the rainbow. Here we have Maitreya, the laughing Buddha. He's just happy as a clam. The power of joy. It's sort of like finding the blessing in your situation. If you focus on joy, you're focusing on more joy coming in. If you focus on happiness, more happiness will come in. You focus on the abundance that you have in your life, monetarily and otherwise, then more abundance will come to you. So Do things that make you happy. Go places that make you happy or bring joy. Watch things on TV that bring happiness and joy and make you laugh. The power of laughter and the power of joy raises your vibration, and as you raise your vibration, that opens the door to new opportunities of more blessings to come in. Okay, so remember that. I feel like the solar plexus here, obviously with that bright yellow color, is very much indicated with our sense of confidence and courage and willpower and owning our power and utilizing it in the best possible way. So focus on joy, happiness, and abundance. All right, and then for those of you that chose the iolite, let's give this a little bit of a shuffle here. Asking, okay, that one almost fell at the bottom, so I'm going to pull that out. Iolite, okay, drink more water. Okay, right away when I said drink more water, they kind of laughed and said it's not just as simple as drinking more water. They want us to look more at the metaphysical, spiritual aspect of this, with water being a conductor. Water is a conductor of energy, okay? So I feel like whether it's taking a shower or taking a bath, utilize your visualization and intention capabilities in that shower or bath. Get out to the river, the ocean, a lake, and meditate and visualize what it is that you want to intend, what it is that you want to create. Use water in some sort of, what do I want to say, magical or ritualistic way. And what I mean by that is you could, if you have an altar, light a candle, put a couple of crystals and stones, put a little bowl of water. Maybe you want to put your crystals in the bowl of water to actually, again, activate those crystals. Again, with water being a conductor, let's say you choose the iolite, for instance, being all about the upper chakras and the psychic perceptions. That water is going to conduct the energy through that crystal to increase that. Now, think about it a step further. Maybe you want to write out on a piece of paper, although the piece of paper would end up getting soaked when you put it in the water. But think about it this way. If you write out your intentions on a piece of paper and you submerge them in the water, while you're doing, again, you're lighting a candle, you're saying a prayer, you're chanting, you're meditating, whatever it is that you're doing, praying for yourself, this is going to increase the energy intentions of what you wrote on that piece of paper. Now, they're laughing again about me saying submerge it into the water. They're saying you don't have to submerge the piece of paper in the water. Again, you could go out and sit by the lake. You could sit by the river. I know it's kind of getting winter time here in the United States, but I'm sure there's some places that aren't that cold yet, where you can go sit by a stream or a lake or the ocean. You can write out on a piece of paper what it is that you want to intend for this new moon cycle, this new moon of new beginning cycle. And it's, again, going to increase the intensity of those intentions as you're by the water, because water is a conductor. And they're saying speak it aloud. Speak out your intentions aloud around the water. And they're reminding us that Scorpio is a water sign. So that all makes a lot of sense. All right, so that's your messages for the week. I hope you've enjoyed that. Remember, the monthly video for the month of November is also out on my YouTube channel, so take a look at that. Watch my Facebook posts for daily astrological, educational, and empowering posts. I send you all much love and light, and until we meet again next week, many, many angel blessings.